Capital Security System Super ATM process patents provide solutions sought after in the 9/11 Commission report. Capital Security System Super ATM process patents cover signature verification, wiring funds to anyone, directing change to a smart card, and check cashing on a 100% automated basis. The Super ATM process patents are approved in the United States and Australia and are filed in Japan, Canada, and Europe. The technologies comply with the recommendations of the 9/11 Commission report, the 21st Century Act, the USA Patriot Act, and the Home Security Act. Excerpts from the authorized 9/11 Commission report show the financial trail of the 9/11 terrorists using banks, ATMs, and wire transfers. Bin Laden and his aides did not need a very large sum to finance their planned attack on America, estimated between $400,000 and $500,000. They moved, stored, and spent their money in ordinary ways, easily defeating the detection mechanisms in place at the time. 19 operatives were funded by Al-Qaeda either through wire transfers or cash provided by KSM, which they carried into the United States and used to open U.S. bank accounts. The Al-Qaeda operatives lived openly in San Diego under their true names. Ali sent a total of $114,500 in 5 transfers ranging from $5,000 to $70,000 and relied on the unremarkable nature of his transactions, which were essentially invisible amid the billions of dollars flowing daily across the globe. He was not required to provide identification in sending this money, and the aliases he used were not questioned. Ali initially gave one of the hijackers $3,000 to open the account. While in the United States, he accessed both accounts via ATM. The muscle hijackers supplied an infusion of funds which they carried as a mixture of cash and traveler's checks. After arrival in the United States, they made Visa and ATM withdrawals from UAE accounts. The hijackers made extensive use of banks in the United States and used passports and other identification documents that appeared valid on their face. In the days just before 9/11, the hijackers returned leftover funds to Al-Qaeda by wire transfer to the UAE. On the night before the terrorist attacks, Atta and Omari spent their last night pursuing ordinary activities, making ATM withdrawals, eating pizza, and shopping at a convenience store. Commission recommendations. Targeting terrorist money. The United States took aggressive actions to designate terrorist financiers and freeze their money in the United States and through resolutions of the United Nations. These actions appeared to have little effect. The task of tracing the money from that individual to the terrorist group or otherwise showing complicity was far more difficult. Recommendations under the Commission report are: vigorous efforts to track terrorist financing must remain front and center in U.S. counterterrorism efforts. The Department of Homeland Security, properly supported by the Congress, should complete as quickly as possible a biometric entry-exit screening system, linking biometric passports to good data systems in order to secure identification in the United States. Fraud in identification documents is no longer just a problem of theft. Sources of identification are the last opportunity to ensure that people are who they say they are and to check whether they are terrorists. We must have a trusted information network. This is government acting in new ways to face new threats, the most recent Markle report explains, and while such change is necessary, it must be accomplished while engendering the people's trust that privacy and other civil liberties are being protected, that businesses are not being unduly burdened with requests for extraneous or useless information, that taxpayer money is being well spent, and that, ultimately, the network will be effective in protecting our security. Capital Security System Super ATM process patents provide the solutions for financial networks worldwide sought in the 9/11 Commission report. The Super ATM process patents are a core function of building the back-end network. The Super ATM patents are a core function of the financial e-commerce being developed under the USA Patriot Act, the 9/11 Commission report, the 21st Century Act, and the Home Security Act. Data that is recorded is used for identity authentication and information. The pattern recognition software communicates information to other networks. With this information, governments worldwide can begin to build the neural networks by identifying the flags of a money launderer or identity theft. The Super ATM process patents are unique and valuable. The patents cover the same communication technologies used in governments, transportation, visa, passports, and border control. The patents enable diverse banking customers worldwide to communicate on a standard payment platform. The patents create a toll booth for e-commerce financial transactions worldwide. Capital Security Systems Super ATM process patents create a truly secure financial network, provide solutions for the recommendations under the 9/11 Commission report, protect citizens' identities, and catch the terrorists worldwide. The hundreds of billions of dollars derived from the patents will support building the financial networks of the 21st century. Super ATM Global Market Integration generates revenue from wiring funds, cashing checks, and licensing the patents worldwide for the 21st century.